What's up guys, welcome back to another Destiny 2 Forsaken weapon review video. In today's video, we'll be going over a rocket launcher that actually came from year 1 of Destiny 2 called the Zenobia-D. Now, how to obtain this rocket, this is a general legendary drop, which means you can get it from legendary engrams from like anywhere in the world, or you can get it from Banshee as a rank up package as well. This actually used to be a static drop in Destiny 2 year 1. It came with like quick draw or snapshot or something like that, but now in year 2 it actually could come with random rolls. So for all the footage, this is the rocket I use. So it comes with Hakke precision frame. This weapon fires a small auto-tracking missile. Missiles lock onto targets when aimed. We have confined launch, greatly increases stability, increases blast radius, and then decreases projectile speed. Then we have hard launch, which greatly increases projectile speed, decreases stability, and then slightly decreases blast radius. Magazine-wise, we have high velocity rounds, increases projectile speed and reload speed, and then we have impact casing, which increases stability. Lastly, we have rangefinder, which essentially when you aim this rocket, it actually fires the projectile faster, which is pretty interesting. And then we have cluster bomb, which obviously rockets spawn cluster bombs upon detonation. And then we have a velocity masterwork. So masterwork wise, considering this is a rocket launcher, you most likely want to go with something like blast radius or velocity as the masterwork in general, but potentially even a reload masterwork would be good for things like PvE. For mods, in my opinion, there aren't a lot of good options to choose from that actually improve the weapon generally. I would say your best bet is to do the boss DPS mod, which gives you more damage to bosses and higher team named enemies. There's really not any PvP specific mods in general, but still, I think the boss DPS one would be the best one. So going over the intrinsic perks, so Hakke precision frame. Essentially, this archetype gives you the tracking module perk automatically attached with it, which is pretty good because it doesn't waste that trait slot that you would have on things like, bad omens or any other of the year 2 Destiny 2 rocket launchers that actually come with the tracking module. So going over PvE and Gambit, I can safely say that it performs pretty well. I would say most people end up using rockets in the power slot because of the ad clear and the boss DPS aspects that they can have. I would say most people who don't have things like Whisper of the Worm or 1000 Voices typically use a rocket that has cluster bombs for higher tier activities like the raid or nightfall strikes. When it comes to Gambit, rockets play a huge role in taking out a lot of the smaller tier ads, getting rid of multiple blockers, and doing great DPS to the Primeval when it spawns up. Overall, rockets in general have a lot of utility. I would say the main thing that makes this rocket better than some of the others that actually are in the rocket category is that it automatically comes with the tracking capabilities that we talked about versus, again, having to have the tracking module perk, which wastes one of the trait perk columns on basically every other rocket launcher. So the cool thing about tracking rockets is that it's going to be able to hit targets consistently from far away versus rockets that don't have the tracking because you have to predict where the enemies are going to go or launch it at their feet and potentially not do as much damage. So a Pve God Role, in my opinion, would consist of a launch and mag perks that give a good boost to your blast radius, velocity, and potentially reload speed. Obviously more blast radius, the potentially more damage you can do, but in general, things like those. Rangefinder and auto-loading holster in the first trait column would be good as well for PvE, and then cluster bombs in the trait column number 2. So going over Crucible in the PvP side of Gambit. So in the Crucible, I can say it performs well. I don't need to tell you guys that for a while in the Destiny 2 sandbox, rockets owned the heavy / power slot for most players because they were easy to use and guaranteed a kill if you hit someone with it. I know for myself, I didn't normally use rockets. Like main ingredient was my dude back in the day. That thing is good, but most people ended up using Sins of the Past. Rockets are still prominent in Forsaken, I would say, but I feel that most people are starting to use the things like the tracking rockets or things like tracking modules. I like the one, Bad Omens, with the tracking module that comes with it, with the cluster bombs, like that automatic God Roll you can get from the Drifter. Like that one's pretty good. I've seen people actually wrap the rocket around trees and structures in game, which is completely insane considering no other weapon can do that. I saw someone wrap a rocket around that crashed Cabal ship on the beach in the Gambit map Emerald Coast and got a triple down. He sniped the first guy and then he saw him rezzing him, so he decided to aim at him, got the rocket locked on, and then aimed like straight up in the air, and the rocket literally went around the Cabal ship. It was pretty insane. So tracking rockets are probably one of the better options for Gambit, considering once you invade or see an invader, you can just aim at them and then wait for them to get smacked because they're going to be able to track it, which is pretty cool. A PvP God Role would have, like, again, launch and mag perks that boost the blast radius and velocity, rangefinder and snapshot in the trait column number 1, and then for trait column number 2, things like cluster bombs, quick draw would even be good, and kill clip would also work as well. So exotics and perks I would pair well. The only exotic I can think of to use would be Lunafaction Boots in PvE, so you can spam rockets at bosses. For perks in general, I would say things like Gambler's Dodge to get that instant reload, and potentially you could proc Kill Clip, which would be good, or you could use that Short Barricade, which is basically like the Lunafaction Boots like perk, except you might be able to not pump out as much DPS, but again, you don't have to reload. So just going over final thoughts, ranking wise, it's pretty solid. Like overall, I believe this is one of the better rockets to use in most activities, especially in Gambit, because you can take out a bunch of ads, do great damage to the Primeval, and take out the enemy team with ease of the tracking, which is pretty good. So it does have a lot of utility in my opinion. Now that we're at the end of the video, there's 3 things that I'd like to tell you guys. So number 1, if you're looking to join a clan on Xbox, PS4, or PC, the D1 Fire Team, which is the clan that I run, is looking for active players who want to grind the endgame content, knock out some triumphs, etc., etc. If you and your clan want the benefits of a bigger clan, you can apply to join with the link in the description. It will say clan link. We'll review your account essentially, and we'll see if you'll fit into the clan. And if you have any questions, you can send me a message on any of my social media links below as well. If you're in a small clan with your friends and like you want, again, the benefits of a bigger clan, you can come right on over. Number 2, if you want to help support me, there'll be a link below, say best way to support me. That'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, that'd be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell next to subscribe. Share this video and then comment what y'all want to see below. Third thing, if you want to join the Discord, there are no requirements to join. Plus, we're looking for people who actually have moderator experience to take over the Discord. Like, I'm more of a player, not a manager, so if you like doing that stuff, awesome. We have some text chats, obviously, about Destiny 2 Forsaken and some other upcoming games like Division 2 and Anthem. Plus, we have some voice chats as well. I know for myself, I'm on Xbox, so I can talk to everyone on there. But if you're on PS4 or PC and want to chat, Discord is going to be the best way to do that. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.